All right, so now we're in the final part of our direct object pronouns lesson, part 4. What we are doing now is we are taking our Spanish sentences with direct objects and taking those direct objects and replacing them with direct object pronouns. Remember, we're basically getting rid of the noun and replacing it with the word it or them. So let's review what our sentences were. You'll notice I've taken the direct objects out, but I'm going to say what the sentences were out loud. So, número uno was hice una reservación. I made a reservation. I want to say I made it. All right. Now, la una reservación was feminine and singular. So we said our direct object pronoun was la. So some of you might be Star Wars fans. Hopefully all of you know who Yoda is. Talks like this Yoda does. Backwards, he says things. So when you're putting a direct object pronoun in a Spanish sentence, I want you to think like Yoda. I want you to think backwards. Hear me out here. So this is the word for it referring to una reservación. We're going to put the word for it actually in front of our verb. So our original sentence, hice una reservación, I made a reservation. And in English, we would say I made it. But in Spanish, what you're technically saying is it, I made. So think like Yoda. It, I made. So real quick, before I continue with the other sentences, I'm going to rewrite those sentences out loud using the Yoda voice. So, the woman bought a ticket. The woman, it she bought. We saw some animals. Them we saw. Dad planned the trip. Dad, the trip he planned. See what I mean? So now you're kind of in a good frame of mind to talk about this in Español. La hice. It I made. In other words, I made it. La mujer compró un boleto. The woman bought the ticket. The woman bought it. Oh, no. The woman, it, she bought. So we're going to put lo here. La mujer lo compró. Vimos unos animales. We saw some animals. Some animals we saw. Them we saw. We're going to take our DOP, put it in front of our verb. Los vimos. Them we saw. And last one. Papá planned the trip. Papá planeó el viaje. Papá lo planeó. Papá, it he planned. I know it kind of sounds funny, but here, basically the tip is you want to take your direct object pronoun and put it in front of the verb. In front of the verb. So notice where your verbs are. It's always going to go in front of the verb. How do you know it's a verb? It's something that's conjugated, right? We're going to do one more example. We have done a masculine singular. We have done feminine singular. We've done masculine plural, but we have not done a feminine and plural example. So we're going to take this sentence and we're going to make it feminine so you can see a direct object pronoun that is feminine. Okay? So instead of saying I made the reservation, think of it as I said I made the reservations. So I'm going to say them I made. So here's that sentence in Spanish. Yo hice las reservaciones. I made the reservations. Now I'm going to say I made them or them I made. Yo las hice.